Welcome back to Raid Guides in a Trenchcoat featuring Hell on Rails Extreme, the Doom Train, otherwise known as the Bipolar Express.
Never takes a rest. You can ride for free.
You know, I ostracized Lalafels as much as the next guy, but I have got to hint it to Dawntrail that clearly distressed Malala's narrating boss fights has become a warm comfort for me in these cold months. Now, there's an age-old adage that mechanics are for cars, and the Doom Train really drives that point home because he's basically got 7 train cars and 7 little mechanics to mix and match that are all pretty easy to read through. Honestly, all these mechanics are Del Toro's quest, and I'm Stephen fucking Hawking. Kick off the fight with Car 1, which lasts all of about 60 seconds as you'll get either an 8-ball spread or a 4-ball partner stack alongside a sucking or blowing mechanic which he's going to often alternate between. Honestly, with some of the gooners in this game, this phase lasting at least 60 seconds is way above par for the course. Alongside this, you'll also need to hide whichever column has blue sigils higher than the design team who designed this guy's face to avoid the blue lasers as they come out. You'll get sucked or blown in the indicated direction and then assume whatever position matches the blue balls from earlier. Partner stacks generally fall like this, with melees in front and ranges in the back, and the spread positions just kinda happen so long as you don't stand on anybody. After you see all 2 mechanics of this car, you'll get rammed into like a virgin football player trying missionary for the first time, and I hope your healers give you protection because the rug burn from this landing strip is going to leave a mark. Car 2 is more of the same, except now we're adding turrets and boxes into the mix, so read your partner's spread, then hide behind whatever box saves you from the lasers before getting sucked or blown and ending up in either said spread or partner stack. Shortly thereafter, he'll telegraph the other blue orbs alongside the second bout of lasers, but this time it'll just be 2 tank busters that need to be avoided. The lasers arm themselves a 3rd time, you'll get whichever of the blow suck you didn't get before, then blue lasers, and that is what leads you into the stored partners or spreads. Mid up for round 2 of this railbed smashing as you're sent careening off to a suspiciously empty car number 3. Mr. Lululemon is going to complain about his train cars getting destroyed while you hit your 2-minute bursts and your tanks eat some tasty tank busters. But after refusing his advances, the Doom Train is going to get sad and whisk you away to show you his blue balls. Who'd have thought that the fucking train fight was where all the sexual jokes were going to pop out with all the hotties and the savage cheer that we're going to get to meme on in the new year. Now, this is where the whole Bipolar Express joke from before comes into play, as you'll notice that there are 2 trains of thought circling in different directions around the arena. As you whittle away at the blue ball's health, the outermost train will start to huff out blue smoke plumes like Sonic the Hedgehog was just elected Pope of the Catholic Church. His chain-smoking ass will huff either 2 or 3 times, which will denote a light party or spread pattern respectively. These come to a head as the inner train sends massive proteans towards the 2 tanks, and the other 6 players need to either group up into tankless light parties north and south, or all roughly spread out, healer 1, range 1 north of the ball, and everyone else filling out the empty space behind it. It's just this mechanic repeating up to 5 times total, but once you're finished, the trains will both disappear, and then... Wait, what's that sound? So after the Astral Express has whisked you back to safety, the boss is going to arm himself with these massive guns, and it'll be off to tank busters again, followed by the first tower mechanic. Realistically, this is the only tower that everyone's going to take as a group, as he hits 3 times before he attempts to flip the table like the neckbeard who's been deprived of bricks the whole Catan game. Take the hits and then you'll need to escape the train car. The only problem is that since Mr. Big Arms over here had his blue balls dealt with, you'll be left needing to get yourself off. Find that go spot to the next platform and then group up in the northwest corner of car number 5. Stand absolutely still until the boss does his best Emmett Selk impression, at which point you'll need to get your Assian out of there before these delayed lightning blasts go off. I'm just going to call this whole mechanic Ginger Snaps from this point forward in honor of my new favorite villain. After the Ginger Snap goes off, he'll ignite his headlight and evoke the pins and needles feeling from when your legs fall asleep, and you'll need to resolve them, in whichever order he chooses, in rapid succession. Use the pads like in normal mode, and then the hardest mechanic of the fight is figuring out this arcane diamond bullshit. Group up generally with your melees close to the boss and the range is far away. The massive electric Forsaken Fortress spotlight is going to track around the diamond pattern on the floor, and when you hear something that reads like the sound an electrical socket makes and you drop a toaster into a bathtub, you'll know that the circle is about to stop and detonate. You'll need to be in your ranged and melee groups to soak a 4-player stack, and only 2 of the 4 corners of this train car are going to be safe. The 2 in the north, the east, the south, or the west. Now, because of this ring around the teleport pads nonsense, ranges will generally take the south and west corner when available, and melees will take the north and east. This means that the circle detonating south really sucks for the ranges circling back to their spots, and the circle detonating north similarly sucks for the melees who will be bemoaning their lack of uptime the whole way around. Anyways, listen for that toaster bath sound 3 times and it'll be another up-down rapid teleporter mechanic, followed by another ginger snap, tank busters, and then one tank is definitely going to remember to hit his invuln for a 4-hit tower, and then it's onward to the G-spot to get yourself off to the 6th car. No one will be seated during the Bomberman portion of this extreme fight. Start out by grouping up in your light parties in the far corners before 2 people get marked with defamations. Now, these defamations on their own hit about as hard as a min-eye level no-jobstone conjurer, but Venn diagram anyone and that vuln up is going to displace their health bar all the way back to New Gridania. Stand still while the ginger snaps get set and then you'll lose some cargo, opening up a bit more legroom on this otherwise clearly economy train ride. The boss will gear up with 3 defamations and once again just do your damnedest not to overlap them. It's always safe to stand in one of them, so just pick a targeted player and stick to them. The 3 defamation round is followed by a tank buster, some more loose cargo, and then a whopping 5 defamations where as a fizz range I like to take my happy ass to the back where I have all this room for activity, which becomes a bit more important when faced with yet another round of ginger snaps before a 5-hit tank invuln tower and a quick crate maze run to the final teleporter of the fight. Head between cars 6, 7, watch for the blue balls remaking their appearance, and then don't trust these treacherous supply crate bastards as the laser drones from car number 2 finally catch back up with us. The boss will telegraph the lasers alongside the teleporter up-down mechanics, so avoid the lasers first, and then play around with the teleporter to avoid all of that. The crates will up and yeet themselves into the next pull for you as the purple lasers immediately charge up again to blast anyone caught unawares. This is followed by the 4-piece defamations we skipped over from the last car, and a ginger snap right afterward. And now you should be starting to see what I'm talking about with this all just being the same 7 mini mechanics. Also, worth noting, when dismounting this platform, make sure you aren't jumping right onto the teleporter pad because that bitch went to the Earth school of having a cooldown and will toss you right back into the ginger snap you were trying to avoid. Purple lasers flare up a 3rd time alongside a sucker blow mechanic, which you can arm's length by the way, and then that partner or spread mechanic from when you first arrived on the car. The boss will telegraph the other blue balls, and then unless you're a dumbass doing this week 1 like I did, you should be getting really damn close to finishing off his health bar by now. If not, you'll have to contend with more of the toaster bath sound diamond corner nonsense, but if you were hitting your buttons and remembered to meld your crafted weapons, then congrats! You've completed Hell on Rails. Honestly, if this doesn't train you to look up from your hotbar staring, then I really don't think this guide will have gotten you onto the right track. Go watch a real guide.